The weather just got really cold. It's been snowing in Korea. I think we'll do the live stream from here. We're gonna be learning two forms today, and this is the first one. You take a descriptive verb and you conjugate it. For example, 하다 would become 해. So you conjugate it like normal, without attaching 요 to the end. And then you conjugate this verb 보이다, and you're done. What is 보이다? It's the passive verb of 보다, to see, to be seen. But what does that mean? Let's take, for example, the descriptive verb 작다, to be small. 작아 보이다, to be seen small. In the passive verbs live stream that I did, I talked about how this 보이다 is used. 보이다 literally means to be seen, but it can translate more naturally in English a few ways. To be visible. If something is visible, well, it is seen. Something that can be seen. Or to appear. So something is seen a certain way. By that it means something appears a certain way. Not literally looks like, but appears. So if I say 작아 보이다, to appear small, this can translate naturally as to look. However, this is only when you translate it to a natural sentence. This is not the literal meaning of the form. Don't say like, I looked down or I looked at him using this form. That doesn't make any sense. You have to use 보다 for that, just to look or to see. This only translates as to look naturally, but literally it means to be seen or to appear. So 작아 보이다, to appear small. Now in the present tense, you could conjugate this as 보여요. For the past tense, you could have 보였어요, was seen, or appeared, or looked like. And future tense, you can have 보일 거예요, will be seen, will appear, will look like. If you think that this verb means look like, you are going to translate it wrong. Therefore, what does that mean? Well, it has to be something physical, right? You can't say that looks like a good plan. That looks like a cool idea or anything like that because you can't see it. Even though you might say looks like. In English, it has to be something you could actually see, something actually appearing, something that's actually visible, or else you can't use it. 보이다 is used for physically describing the appearance of someone or something, any noun. So if it's not something that you could actually see with your two eyes, you can't use it. I should add that this form, however, is not necessary. You don't really need to use this form to say that something looks like something. Let me give you an example. If you wanted to say, oh man, you look tired, you have other options you can use. Oh, it looks expensive. Oh man, it looks difficult. Looks delicious. You don't have to use this 보이다 form to say that something looks a certain way. You look tired. Oh, that looks hard. Oh, that looks fun. Oh, that looks delicious. What does that really mean when you say looks? You're saying, I think. You see an English test with lots of complicated problems. You say, man, that looks difficult. Do you need to say, oh, it appears to be difficult? No. See, only Billy Go will teach you a grammar form and then tell you, you don't really need to use it. No, you just say, I think it's hard. Or man, that's gotta be difficult. That's gotta be hard. That must be hard in that sort of sense. You don't need to say something looks a certain way physically. You don't need to emphasize something appears physically a certain way. If all you're trying to say is that you think a certain way. That looks so delicious. 맛있겠네요? Oh man, that looks like it's gonna taste good. 맛있을 것 같아요. You don't need to say 맛있어 보여요. You could, if physically it looks delicious. Like looking at it, it looks in such a way that it's delicious. Wow, it really does. It looks delicious. Yeah, you can say it, but you don't need to. So I'm trying to say that although this form is totally okay to use, it doesn't sound awkward, but it's not as common and it's not as essential as you might think it is to expressing what something looks like. Here's another one. 나 보다. You look tired. 피곤해 보여요. You physically look tired. You're walking really slow. Your eyes are like that. Man, you look tired. 피곤해 보여요. But if you don't need to express they physically look a certain way, you can just say 피곤하나 봐. 피곤한 것 같아. I think you are tired. 피곤하겠다. You must be tired. You don't need to say this form unless you want to emphasize someone or something's appearance shows a certain characteristic. So yeah, it's totally fine to say it. It sounds perfectly natural, but you don't have to use it. I hope I've made that clear. Here's another form. You take a descriptive verb, you attach ke to the verb stem, and then 보이다. In our example where we had 작다, to be small, well, that would become 작게 보이다. This is the exact same meaning as the form that we just learned. The exact same thing. No difference. Except this form is much less common. You will not see this form very much. But it has the same meaning. I just wanted to show you. 이다 and 아니다, to be and to not be. You cannot use these with 보이다. You cannot say 이요 보이다, 아니요 보이다. Instead, use noun with 처럼. And we're going to do this form next after we finish this form. 처럼 means like. So let's do some example sentences with 보이다. 이 카페는 빨대도 비싸 보이네요. This cafe, 빨대 means straws, even drinking straws. 비싸다 means to be expensive. Appear to be expensive. For this cafe, even the drinking straws look expensive. 이 카페는 빨대도 비싸 보이네요. Even the drinking straws at this cafe look expensive. 철수 씨, Mr. 철수, 오늘은 안 피곤해 보이네요. You don't look tired today, 철수. You normally look exhausted, but 오늘은 안 피곤해 보이네요. You don't look tired today, 철수. So 철수, 오늘, today, 안 피곤하다, to not be tired. 피곤해 보이다, to look, to appear, physically appear. 피곤하다, tired. Normally, maybe you see bags under his eyes, but today he looks really, really relaxed. He's like smiling, he seems energetic, and you're like, hey, 철수 씨, 오늘은 안 피곤해 보이네요? Hey, you don't look tired today. 철수 씨, 오늘은 안 피곤해 보이네요? 고양이가, the cat, 많이 아파 보이는데, so the cat looks like it's really sick, or it could be really hurt. 괜찮을까? Is it okay? The cat looks pretty sick. Is it okay? 고양이가 많이 아파 보이는데 괜찮을까? The cat physically looks hurt or sick. Is the cat okay? 혼자서는, by myself, 다, all of it, 못하다. I can't do it all by myself. Let's just look at this part. 혼자서는 다 못할 것 같아. I don't think I can do all of it by myself. But we want to say it looked like I couldn't do it all on my own. So how could we say it looked like I couldn't action verb, to do? 같다 literally means to be the same or to be similar to. Since this is a descriptive verb, you can use it as 같아 보이다 and say, looks like I think I won't be able to do it all by myself. If you want to use the 보이다 form with an action verb, just attach the 것 같다 form and conjugate it. So that will always be 같아 보이다. And in this case, it's past tense 보였어요. Looked like I wouldn't be able to do it all by myself. So it looked like I wouldn't be able to do it all on my own. 혼자서는 다 못할 것 같아 보였어요. 지난번, last time. So last time, 큰 옷, large clothes, big clothes. 큰 옷을 입어서, because I wore large clothes, because I was wearing large clothes last time, 키가 작다, to be short. 키가 작아 보이다. Because I was wearing big clothes last time, I looked short. 보였나 봐요. This 나보다 form, and I've taught it before, it's for expressing something seems like. It seems as if. It looks kind of like, in that sort of sense. I guess I looked short last time because I was wearing big clothes. 지난번에는 큰 옷을 입어서 키가 작아 보였나 봐요. I guess that the reason I looked short last time was because I was wearing large clothes. 전혀 괜찮아 보이지 않아요. It doesn't look okay at all. 전혀, not at all. 전혀 괜찮아 보이지 않아요. Doesn't look fine at all. 안경을 벗으면 눈이 커 보일 거예요. Your eyes will 보일 거예요. Future tense. 커 보일 거예요. Your eyes will look big. 안경을 벗으면, if you take off your glasses, 눈이 커 보일 거예요. Your eyes will look big. So your eyes will look big if you take off your glasses. 어제도 잠을 제대로 못 잤죠? 제대로 means properly, but you can think of it as like sleep good. You didn't sleep good last night either, did you? 그래 보여요. So 그래 is the conjugated version of 그렇다. So 그래 보이다. To appear so. It looks like that. But we would say it looks like it. 어제도 잠을 제대로 못 잤죠? Yesterday you didn't get a good night's sleep, did you? It looks like it. You look tired is what it means. 어제도 잠을 제대로 못 잤죠. 그래 보여요. What if you want to say something, what if you want to say that something looks like, physically looks like a noun? For example, what if I want to say that person looks like Charlie Puth? That Cheeto looks like a cat. So if you want to say that someone or something looks like something else, looks like any noun, all you need is 처럼. 처럼 means like or similar to. It's for making comparisons. This means to look like noun. Instead of 처럼, you might also see 같이. 같이 can replace 처럼. However, using 같이 is much less common. So you might see both of these forms used. And I do have one example sentence for this form. 그렇게 입으니까 dressed like that. Because you are dressed like that. 다른 사람처럼 보여요. You look like a different person dressed like that. 그렇게 입으니까 다른 사람처럼 보여요. So you look like a different person dressed like that. Literally, you look like a different person because you wore your clothes like that. Because you dressed like that. 그렇게 입으니까 다른 사람처럼 보여요. That is our lesson for today. And I will see you again next time. 그럼 다음에 또 봐. Bye.